softball seniors and their parents. Tonight's NSAA Class A softball matchup features the Eagles from Omaha Central High School and Monarchs from Papillion La Vista High School. With just a few minutes before the first pitch, let's take a moment to meet tonight's teams. First, let's welcome our guests this evening, the Omaha Central Eagles. Leading off the center fielder, number 4, Nicole Palfini. Number 2, Edie Titus. And third, the shortstop, number 7, Ada Jansen. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 29, Amaya Hughes. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 5, Caitlin McClure. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 9, Rebecca Rock. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 12, Abigail Cady. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 16, Kazila Terrell. And batting ninth, catching tonight for the Eagles, number 8, Mackenzie Simpson. Non-starters tonight for Omaha Central, Laura Ewing, number 13, number 20, Denise Bush, number 31, Kamaya Wardlow. The Eagles are led by head coach Tashiana Papillion. And now, Monarch fans, it's time to meet the non-seniors for the Papillion La Vista Monarchs. Batting fifth tonight, the second baseman, number 6, Maisie Carpenter. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 20, Toria Rother. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 5, Allison DeBelka. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 4, Ellie Ridgely. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 2, Bella Ariola. Pitching tonight for Papillion La Vista, number 18, Kaylee Hoffman. Non-starters tonight for the Monarchs, number 1, Claire Chandler. Number 2, Reese Fitzgerald. Number 7, Alexa Taylor. Number 8, Alexa Harm. Number 11, Corin Estelle. Number 12, Reese Haberer. Number 14, Bella Meyer-Koenig. Number 15, Kennedy Brown. Number 16, Aurelia Graham. Number 17, Drew Troffels. Number 21, Taylor Schomer. And number 23, Stella Manning. The Monarchs are led by assistant coaches Clint Holscher, Amanda Allen, Mike Butera, Brett Taylor, Jada Paul, Bailey Lampman, Melinda Pirtle, Drew Davis, and the head coach of Papillion La Vista High School is Todd Peterson. Monarch fans, tonight we are recognizing 4 seniors and their parents. This is an extraordinary group of girls who have been outstanding in representing Monarch softball and are leaders on and off the field. Before we introduce them, Coach Peterson and the coaching staff had this to say. Thank you for your hard work and dedication to the program. You will always be Monarchs, and you will always have special places in our hearts. We love you. Now let's meet our seniors and their parents. Batting second, the designated player, number 19, Carly Bertolini. Carly had this to say. My name is Carly Bertolini. My mom is Sandra Bertolini. Next fall, I will be attending Bellevue University and studying criminal justice there and minoring in psychology. I will also be continuing my softball career there as well. Now, out of so many amazing memories I've had here in my 4 years, the most memorable and meaningful memory I've had was last year in Hastings, after we won 2 games against Lincoln Southwest to get into the state championship. We were about to leave, and Coach Butera pulled me and Jib into a group hug and told us how proud he was of us. I will remember that moment for the rest of my life. Sharing that special moment with 2 of the most special people to me in this program will be an unforgettable moment that I will cherish forever. Now, not on such a sad note, the funniest memory I have was at state my sophomore year. Me, Maisie, Avery, and Jib were sharing a hotel, and I went to use the bathroom, and it started to flood. So I came out and asked what Maisie did in there, and she said she just farted. So I guess just a fart can clog a toilet. Then Maisie and Avery attempted unclogging the toilet for a good 10 minutes. I recommend never sharing a hotel room with her if you don't want your toilet clogged. Now I want to thank all the coaches. All of you have helped me grow not only as a person, but as a player. I want to give the biggest thank you to Coach B. He's believed in me in times I haven't believed in myself and felt like giving up. But he's pushed me to be the player I am today and taught me so many valuable lessons. I will forever be grateful for all that he's done for me. I want to thank Coach Butera for giving me the confidence that I have today and always being there when I need advice and someone to remind me that I'm good enough. I want to thank Manny for always keeping it real and making me laugh. I want to thank Coach Brett and Holscher for all the hitting advice over the years. And Holscher, I know you'll definitely miss me this summer, but try not to be too sad. And I want to thank the rest of my girl coaches at the end of the dugout. I'm going to miss you guys so much and all of our fun talks down there. Lastly, the biggest thank you out of everyone, my mom. Thank you for always showing up for me no matter what and being my #1 supporter on and off the field. I couldn't have accomplished all that I have without your unconditional love and support. And thank you, Monarch Softball. Ladies and gentlemen, number 19, Carly Bertolini. Batting fourth tonight and playing first base, number 10, Amanda Gibalisco. Here's what Amanda had to say. My name is Amanda Gibalisco. My parents are Rick and Debbie Gibalisco. I'm a part of the Health Academy and PL Club. My future plans after high school are to attend a 4-year university to continue my softball career, as well as study nursing. My favorite memory while being here is beating Lincoln Southwest twice to advance to the state championship game, which we later won. Those 2 games will stick with me forever. One funny memory I have is freshman year, when we had a session with Dr. Widman. He asked one of us his questions, and I blanked and couldn't come up with an answer. He continued to ask me questions that I had no answers to, and it got to the point where I just started to cry. Now every time we meet with him or I hear his name, I immediately remember that moment. I want to thank my parents for everything they have done for me. Words cannot express how grateful I am for the 2 of you. Dad, thank you for spending countless hours with me on pitching and hitting to make me the player I am today. I will never take that for granted. Mom, thank you for being my biggest supporter. I am forever grateful for you traveling the country with me just so I can play the sport I love. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything. Thank you to my pitching coach, Jaron Dubsky, for spending hours and hours with me to perfect my pitching and help me get to where I am today. Thank you, Myrtle, Jada, and Bailey, for being the most supportive coaches. I will cherish our end-of-the-dugout conversations forever. Thank you, Holscher, for being there when I need you. You have helped me so much these last 4 years, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Brett, for being the best front tosser and hitting coach ever. Thank you to the Buteras for being the best storytellers and helping me with the little things to be the player I am today. Lastly, thank you, Coach P, for everything you do. Thank you for hyping me up and also screaming at me when I need it. Even though I may not like when you get on me, I appreciate you for being the person you are and making me the person I am. Thank you, Monarch Softball, for these past 4 years. I truly can't put into words what these 4 years have meant to me. Ladies and gentlemen, number 10, Amanda Gibalisco. Batting third tonight and playing left field, number 22, Holiday Kirk. Holiday is the daughter of Cinda and Doug Kirk, and Holiday had this to say. My future plans are to attend UNL and study for free physical therapy. I've been on the softball team all 4 years of high school, participated in wrestling my first 2 years, and was in student council. My favorite memory is winning state last year. I would like to start my thank you letter to the coaches. Thank you all for the opportunity to learn and grow as a softball player and be a part of this program. It has made me into the athlete I am today. I would like to say an even bigger thank you to my parents. Mom and Dad, I'm forever grateful to have you both by my side throughout my softball career. Thank you for being my biggest fans, my support system, and my best friends. I love you guys. A funny memory is when Maisie clogged the toilet in her room at state and about half the team tried to unclog it. Ladies and gentlemen, number 22, Holiday Kirk. And leading off tonight and playing center field, number 3, Avery Wolf. Avery Wolf, daughter of Patrick and Christine Wolf, plans to continue her academic and athletic career at Cornell University to play softball and major in economics with a focus in business analytics. Outside of Monarch softball, Avery is a part of the varsity tennis team, one of the co-editors-in-chief of The Scepter, and is involved in NHS and senior committee. Avery's favorite memory from Monarch softball is winning state her junior year because it showed that all of the team's hard work and grit truly paid off. Avery would like to thank the Monarch softball coaches for all of the time they have dedicated to her during her high school career. Avery also had this to say: "Thank you, Brett, for always throwing extra front toss to me. Thank you, Butera, for every hug after we hadn't seen each other in a while. Thank you, Holscher, for giving me advice when I need it most. Thank you, Amanda, for always keeping it real and making me tougher. Thank you, Jada, Myrtle, and Bailey, for every high five and cheer you've given in the dugout. And thank you, Coach B, for always believing in me and in my abilities, with a few Twizzlers in hand at the same time. A special thank you to my parents for being my absolute #1 fans, and to my family for your unwavering love through all of the ups and downs. The funniest thing Avery will always remember from Monarch softball was at the hotel for state her sophomore year when she had to use the plunger on an overflowing toilet when Maisie swore that what plugged it up was just a fart. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Avery Wolf. Let's hear it one more time for these 2024 PLHS seniors and their parents for all of their contributions to the Monarch softball program. Thank you, seniors, and congratulations. At this time, fans, we would ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
If we say, campaigns, because on so we
Hello everyone and welcome to the PLV Media broadcast of the Monarch Eagle game here at the Monarch softball fields here in Papillion, Nebraska. It is a warm night with a temperature of 86 degrees. My name is Caleb Tuberville and I'm joined by my colleague
Isaiah Collins.
And welcome to another broadcast of high school softball between the 3-11 Omaha Central Eagles, who will be taking on the 19-8 and the 19-8 Papillion La Vista Monarchs.
All right. Last year, the Monarchs ended the season with a 29-8 record and state title after beating the Millard North Mustangs 10-3. The Monarchs are trying to go back-to-back and add another trophy to the illustrious trophy case. We had the opportunity to speak with the head coach, Todd Pearson, and he told us about the rest of the season. It's really about going one day at a time and focusing on improvement and learning so that we are fully prepared for when we hit that postseason. I'm expecting us to play well, and I think it will be a good game. Tora Rother, sophomore, Maisie Carpenter, junior, and Avery Wolf, senior, all could have big games for us. Not really anything to fix, but certain defensive things that we need to continue to work on. I think our team is a good place overall. We have a handful of girls who are banged up from last week as they played a lot of games, so hopefully they're all going to be 100%.
Thank you, Isaiah. And here are some notes for the Eagles. Last year, the Eagles finished the season with a record of 6-18, finished 31st in the district. They have had an insane turnaround this year, going from 6-18 to 13-11 as Monarchs are out pitching first here from number 4 from the Eagles, and there's a ball. Foul tip. Monarchs have been having a great season so far, and they're trying to keep it up tonight, trying to prove that they're better than their record shows.
Yep. And for this year, we're looking at some important stats. Debelka with a 0.412 batting average. And we got Berlini with a 2.43
The pitch is good, and there it goes. It goes straight, it drops in the outfield. And they're struggling to pick it up, and they throw it to second. But she's already very easily safe. Great at bat for the Eagles so far.
Hope we can see more great hits. Continuing on with those stats, looking at Maisie Carpenter, she has 10 runs so far. Hopefully we're going to see more of this game. And then we also got Tara Shummer with 1 triple and Ridgely for perfect fielding percentage. Looks like we're going to have a very good season so far.
Girls going through, having a little pep talk there at the mound. Huffman, the sophomore, has shown great talent so far as a young pitcher, trying to show what she can do, trying to prove that she will be, trying to maybe put a new name at the top of that Monarch list above Jordy Ball. Here we go. Pitches the bunt, and it goes straight foul. They just got to keep that up. They've got to keep the Eagles from going for those big runs. They got to keep. The Monarchs have been struggling to keep games close this year. They've either been blown out or blown people out. So here we are trying to show. And there we go. It's another bunt, and drops it to first. It's out. And there we go. We got a double play. Great job by the Monarchs.
Beautiful play. Hopefully we're seeing more of that soon.
Something the Monarchs have been showing.
Looks like we've been working on that defense.
So they have. Something that Coach Peterson has stated before, wants to keep working on. Their defense is a very key part of the game, and as people say, defense wins championships. Huffman back to pitch. And it's a tip, and it's out. And she throws to first, and it's an out. It's an out for the Monarchs, and there we go. Time to.
All right, fine.
Percentage. So hopefully we're going to see some home runs tonight.
We like to apologize for the constant breaking of audio. We're having some technical difficulties here on our end, but we're hoping to have those figured out before the end of the game tonight. Here you see as the Eagles, the Omaha Central Eagles are here trying to warm up, and you see as the Monarchs are trying to maybe get in their heads a little bit by having some of their backup players like a decoy and run, maybe distract the pitcher, get her out of her zone to where she can't get focused today.
Yeah, this looks like the Monarchs are back to 100%, so it looks like the coach has nothing to worry about.
Up to bat for the Monarchs is Avery Wolf, senior. Senior in high school, that is. He's had a great season so far with a .56 slugging percentage, 10 hits, and 4 doubles. Leads the team. She's up to bat. Number 2 for the Eagles. And there she goes right down the middle, and it's a beautiful pitch, and it's called a strike. Right down the middle.
Looks like offense is going to need to warm up a little bit.
Back to the pitch again. There we go. She makes contact with it. Straight to the shortstop. And straight out at first. That's the thing these upperclassmen have got to, are great at, though, is remaining calm after outs like that.
Yep,
After a state championship, pardon me, after a state title last year and multiple state championship appearances, these girls know how to stay calm, know how to stay focused, and they know how to dominate.
Yeah, and it's looking like both teams have very strong defense, so hopefully we're going to see some points scored here soon.
Seems like there was a reversal at some point, and Avery Wolf is still back out to bat. Correction, there's still an out. Trying to figure out what's going on. But Avery Wolf still out to bat, still trying to put on a great game. Guess they found something to give her another chance, and it's a high ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. I guess they did see something. I guess they did see something wrong with that first out, so they decided to take it back and turn it into a ball. And it's a pop straight up, and it goes right over our heads here at the commentary table. So there we go. 2-2 count. Central just trying to put away Avery Wolf. And they're up for the pitch. And it's perfect. It is an absolute strike, and there she goes. First out of the game for them. First out of this, at the bottom of the first. Avery Wolf still staying calm. Now up to bat. Now up to bat is Carly Bertolini, another senior.
Bertolini, 2.43 average runs a game, so hopefully we're going to see more of those.
That's a little low. Calls it a ball.
Looks like Bertolini's keeping a good eye.
It's still early in the game, but I mean, there are some points where Omaha Central can fix that. And again, another one and another ball. Omaha Central needs to start figuring that out. Maybe start warming that arm up just a little bit more to start getting those strikes straight down the middle. But it's also really hard to pitch against this team that hits so well. And another high ball.
It looks like the Monarchs did make it into their heads. See if they can focus up and fix it.
And you hear from the Monarch dugout that you hear those chants, those 3-ball chants, trying to make it a 4th, trying to get another walk in. There we go. First walk of the game.
Amazing playing by Bertolini, knowing when not to swing.
Number 22, Holiday Kirk, another senior. Shows how well the Monarchs love their seniors. And Omaha Central ready for the pitch. It's straight down, and it's high. Trying to get something out there at first. Doesn't really work out.
And seniors know what they're doing. Definitely get that experience under their belt.
They sure do. There's the pitch. It's a foul tip. First strike. 1-1-1 is what we're seeing on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Still hearing chants from the dugout. Trying to stay in their heads.
Monarchs just trying not to let anybody get anything going against them. And a really weird high ball.
Looks like we may have 2 on bases soon.
Omaha Central showing some slight struggles in their pitching. Just either throwing it a little high, a little low, and maybe a little bit inside. Trying to keep it forward. And they called that one low. She's just got to, maybe just the arm wasn't fully warmed up. Maybe she wasn't ready for the win. Maybe it was the Monarchs during warm-up. Who knows? But it's just not clicking for her yet. And there she goes, straight to the outfield. Rolling in between left and center and left field.
A clean
And a nice, pretty double from Holiday. Kirk.
Now this is looking like a good senior night game.
Great night for senior night. Trying to put on for the family and friends in the stands. And up to bat now is Alexa Taylor, sophomore. That's something the Monarchs have started to do. Started to incorporate more freshmen and sophomores onto this varsity roster for the future. And there's a blow ball by the Eagles.
If they got big shoes to fill, but hopefully they'll get that experience and we're able to have another great game next year. Great season.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Now for the pitch. And there it goes, and it's another ball. Little low.
Looks like the Monarchs are really in their heads.
This is something the Monarchs have been good at. Always having that loud noise, especially here at home. They are known for just being able to get in your head and bother you. And there we go, it splits right between, and it's the first run of the game by number 19, Carly Bertolini. Already doing great things here on senior night.
Second baseman, number 6, Maisie Carpenter.
And another stud player for this team, Maisie Carpenter, with 10 runs and 4 home runs on this season so far, looking to make a name for herself along with Jordy Ball, the past GOAT of Monarch softball. And it's a stolen base by Alexa Taylor. And that last pitch was a strike.
Let's get reset for the next one. See if we can see something amazing.
And there it goes! Pops straight up into the sky, and it's caught by the center fielder. And number 22, Holiday Kirk, with another run for the Monarchs.
Mark staying smart, Mark staying focused, making the best out of an out.
Capitalizing, not letting anything get to their heads.
If they're focused on the long game.
And we got one out on the board right now. And up to bat is number 20, Toria Rother, sophomore. And it's popped up, and it's caught by the second baseman.
And there's some of that beautiful defense we were talking about earlier.
That's what you have to play against this Monarch team. Any chance of error that they give, which they don't give much, but the moment that they give even a little bit, you've got to be able to capitalize, got to be able to make a play on it.
All right, just switching teams here now. Looks like the Monarchs are staying warmed up, making sure that they're not going to slip anything on the defense. The coach has been working them hard. Definitely working to fix anything that they may have struggled with last.
Huffman, the sophomore, still out to pitch. Had a pretty good first inning. Did not show much signs of weakness, did not show much signs of errors. Just got to stay warmed up. The breeze is a little bit out today, so maybe that is affecting some of the pitches. Maybe they're just trying to overcompensate for it and throw it a little bit inside.
Looking like that, Monarchs are in good spirits, seeing high fives being flowing around. Hopefully we can keep this momentum going.
Leading off to the Eagles, the right fielder, number 20.
Huffman ready for the pitch. Number 29 for the Eagles, still getting ready. Here she goes. Trying to see a big inning out of the Eagles here. Excuse me. Looking for the pitch, getting ready. She winds back. Straight down the gut, and it's a foul tip.
Looks like Monarch defense is not going to be sliding it anytime soon. Hopefully we can keep this all game, and we'll see just some beautiful outfield play.
Ellie Ridgely at third base with a great hustle to go get that foul ball. Monarchs back to pitch again. And it's a pop, and it's straight to
Beautiful
Ridgely.
catch.
Third baseman we just gave the compliment to. She was waiting for the ball, knew that she was going to be hitting that way off that first pitch. And sure enough, went straight to her glove, didn't even flinch.
Yeah, you can see all that work off the field, on the field here tonight. Looking like the coach won't be complaining about their defense anytime soon.
Huffman again to pitch. It's a little low, call it a ball. That's something that the Central Eagles have needed to see from her today, at least in this little bit of inning.
It looks like the dugouts give her in high spirits.
And she's back to pitch again. And again, it's another ball, a little high this time. Seems the wind has started to pick up just a little bit off looking at the flags. It's a little bit stronger today if you can hear it in our microphones. But the Monarchs aren't going to let that bother them too much. And there it goes. It is a foul ball. Had the distance by the looks of it, just didn't have the correct direction.
It looks like we got powerful here, so we definitely got to be careful on those throws. Looks like dugout's still cheering on Huffman. Hopefully she'll be able to get a beautiful strike in here.
She pitches it straight down the middle, and it's another foul ball.
Almost making it over the fence, but not quite this time.
Almost making it above us. That's something that these batters are going to have to deal with. The wind is really, really strong today. And it's 2-2 count with one out. There we go, it's a foul, and there's another foul ball.
Yeah, looking like we're at 2 balls, 2 strikes, so we'll see what happens after this. Maybe a run, maybe an out.
Monarchs trying to get this girl out of here ASAP. She has not wanted to leave the batter's box at all. The moment she's got in, she's been stalling time. She has not been wasting a second. Huffman with the pitch. And it's a strike, and she's out of here. First strikeout of the game.
So it looks like the Monarchs are feeling really good about this, and hopefully they can keep that energy.
And you hear those Monarch cheers. So excited for their pitcher. Getting that first strikeout of the game, getting that momentum high. She's back for another pitch, and there she goes. And they dub it a ball. Dub it, excuse me.
Okay, looks like we're adjusting for wind. Getting ready for the pitch.
She's back and straight through, but it calls it another ball.
It looks like she's getting adjusted, used to that wind, used to that weather. Hopefully the wind doesn't pick up again, and we can just keep this.
Here we go. And it's low. Lucky there's not a batter on base, because that could have been a chance for a stolen base if the lady before had just gotten on. Ball 3. After a strikeout, maybe we jinxed it. Does not look like it, because she goes straight down the middle with a beautiful pitch and an even more beautiful strike. That's got to be a beautiful sound for the pitcher to hear, is the huh from the blue. And it's a ball, and it's a walk. Just after the first strikeout of the game, we get the first walk of the Monarchs.
Looks like we have some high and lows. This game could really be anyone's so far.
Monarchs still with a 2-0 lead. 2 outs on the game, or on the inning, excuse me. And Huffman trying to make it something. And it's popped, and it's stopped by the shortstop. And they stop her at first base with a beautiful throw from the shortstop.
It's going to be really hard to break either team's defense so far. Looks like we got really good fielders.
Absolutely beautiful throw by who I believe to be Toria Rother, the sophomore.
It looks like she's ready for her next season.
And the Eagles back out, trying to, and you see the coaches out there trying to maybe get to the pitcher and be like, hey, it's okay. The first inning is always going to be a difficult inning. You just got to stay focused, stay locked in, and show that you are meant to be our pitcher. We started you this game. We started you this season for a reason.
But as stated before, that wind is picking up, so that is a factor to take into account. Hopefully, she'll be able to make some adjustments, and we'll see a strike on the Eagles' side.
You see the Monarchs doing their little run after every practice pitch. Maybe that's just to vibrate the ground. Maybe that's to make it feel a little bit different for the catcher than when it will during the actual at-bat.
Keep their bodies warm, keep them loose, ready for the next inning.
Allison DeBelka, the freshman, up to bat now. That's another thing that the Monarchs, as stated earlier, something that the Monarchs love to do. They have 6 different freshmen on this team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different sophomores, all underclassmen, all just trying to build for that future, add to more banners around this field, as you see.
Yeah, this is really a game of generations. Send the seniors off with their last senior night, and we're seeing all the new players that we're going to have for a couple more years.
A strike at that first pitch, and there we go. Straight to the shortstop, though, and she can't make it the first just in time. Great play by the Eagles defense.
Seeing beautiful throws from both teams.
Number 4, Ellie Ridgely, the sophomore, up to bat now. She's looking to have a great game today. That's another strike by the sound of it, and yes, it is. That's something the Monarchs just have to stay focused on. They can't let those strikes rattle. It's still early in the game. They still have a 2-run lead. Just have to make sure it doesn't bother them much. And there you go. That's what happens after a strike. Sometimes errors happen, and there you go, a really high ball.
It really looks like that wind is affecting our pitchers tonight.
Here we go, back to pitch again. Number 2 for the Eagles. Straight up, and it's straight to the second baseman, and she can't make it. Something the Monarchs have been struggling with today. Not being able to get it past second base, excuse me. But that shortstop and second base for the Eagles, they have been showing that they are meant to be on varsity, meant to be starters, and meant to dominate. They have not shown any signs of being scared of the ball or anything. And that's another ball for the Eagles. Up to bat now is Bella Ariola, sophomore.
Hopefully she can get a nice hit, find the weak spot, and able to get on that first base.
And bam, you hear the sound of the bat, and it drops in the outfield, looking for a double. And she slides for it. Oh, and the ball goes straight through that second basewoman's hand.
And we saw a little bit of panic from the Eagles. Hopefully the Monarchs can keep them that mentality.
And now we're back to the top of the lineup, Avery Wolf. And Drew Troffels, the freshman, running out and being a place runner after that beautiful hit that just happened.
We are at 2 outs right now, so hopefully let's see if the Monarchs can make something out of that double.
Ariola showing that she's a great player, and it's a ball, and it's a stolen base by the Monarchs. Great job.
And it's looking like the Monarchs are going to make the most out of those defensive weaknesses. Like we've been seeing the first inning, hopefully we'll see for the rest of the game.
Fans starting to pack out the bleachers on both sides. It's a low pitch. Seems to be in the second ball. 2 balls, 0 strikes, 2 outs.
You can definitely feel the intensity in the crowd.
You definitely feel it. Monarchs really want to get at least 1 run in before that time switches over. And here we go. And it's caught by the center fielder. Second big play of the game from her.
See, number 4 looks like she's a very strong defensive player. We're going to have to be careful about where we're hitting the ball out there.
Omaha Central 0. Due up in the Eagle third, Terrell.
Here we go, the Monarchs run back out, here to warm up, here to stay loose, here to show that maybe that they are the better defensive team. So far, they have been showing it because they have not given up a single run. Not one.
Yep, you can see all the work that these girls have been putting in.
I understand it's early, but it's got to be a little demoralizing.
Looks like they got that strong mentality. It's not about what happened before, it's about what's happening now.
Teams. And here we go, the Monarch benches are running. The Monarch bench, excuse me, is running back to the dugout, giving high fives. And here we go, the infield meeting up, outfield meeting up. Catcher all by herself, trying to stay focused, trying to stay in that zone. Huffman trying to show off another great pitching performance in this inning. There were a couple moments last inning where she kind of showed a little bit of weakness, but maybe it's because it's early, maybe because it's the wind. Who knows? But I bet she's willing to come back. Bet she had some talks in the dugout. Bet she's willing to send every single batter straight back to their dugout. Let's go, baby. It's a bunt, and it's a foul bunt.
See, it looks like all that support from the dugout is really helping Hoffman here. One thing we can say about the Monarchs, they got a really strong mentality.
Number 16, one of those the great second baseman off the Eagles, trying to show that maybe she's not just all defense. She can actually hit that ball, too, with her small frame. Hoffman looking at her wrist, getting ready for the pitch, and steps into it, and it's a bunt, and it's right under her feet. And she got through.
That was some really good hustle from number 16 of the Eagles.
You hear those Eagles fans getting excited, showing a little bit of happiness, but not letting it, but hopefully they don't let this get to their heads and have this be the best play of their game. Number 8 for the Eagles, up to bat. Hoffman trying to not give up much weakness again. And here she goes. It's a little high, and they look at first, but she gets back just in time and couldn't make a play on it.
It looks like she's trying to play it safe for now. Hopefully not giving them a free out.
Maisie Carpenter over there trying to move from second base to first, trying to move a little bit out of position to scare her back over to the first. Here we go, Huffman with the pitch. And it's a perfect sound. Doesn't really go anywhere, and it's stopped at first.
Yeah, Eagles still able to make the most out of it, able to get 16 on second. Hopefully they keep this momentum up and get a run.
Beautiful sounding hit. Just didn't turn out to be the most beneficial for the lady that hit the bat. The lady that swung the bat and hit the ball, excuse me. Number 4 from the Eagles. Hoffman, the pitch. Straight down the middle, perfect.
Lots of noise from the crowd, but looks like Hoffman's staying very focused. Don't think anyone's gonna be able to get into her head this game.
Hoffman looking over at her coach. Maybe giving some words of affirmation. Just stay focused, stay calm. And she's back with the pitch. And you hear another great sound. Runs it straight to first, and it's another out. But they got number 16 all the way over to third base. They cannot give up a run.
16 definitely sneaking her way around the field. Eagles really looking for a run this inning, hopefully bringing the game back a little closer.
Hoffman back looking over at coach. Maybe just trying to be like, hey, don't worry about it. There's a burner on third, but you know what? You have great infielders to help you shut that down. Make sure nothing's going to come out of it. Just got to strike this girl out. Straight off the high ball. Runs her back to third, excuse me.
It looks like they're not going to give her an opening to sneak in and get a run.
1 ball, 0 strikes, 2 outs. Very even game so far.
Yeah, lots of noise from the Monarch dugout, as we've been seeing this entire game. Hopefully that'll give Hoffman the ability to get a strike.
Hoffman straight with a bunt. And they go for the first, and they go for the out. And they got it. Beautiful throw.
And no run there.
And now
Looks
we're
like they made the right play.
and we're heading into the bottom of the third. Central scoreless through their first 3 at-bats. Excuse me. Monarchs trying to not let that first 2-run inning.
Central showing a strong defense. Hopefully looking to get through this inning without giving Monarchs any runs and getting their chance to get some points on the board. Looks like Monarchs are doing the run once again. Eagles warming up. Some beautiful throws out here that we've been seeing on defensive side. Hopefully they're nice and warm, and we'll see how the pitcher's going to do this inning.
Trying to distribute, trying to move that ball around, trying to get their arms loose. Trying to stay loosey-goosey, as some say.
I'm definitely not seeing a lack of power behind those throws.
And Bertolini coming up to bat. This is the first run of the game today. Trying to maybe tack on another one. And there you go. You see the infield and the outfield all huddled up together. Outfielder for the Eagles, number 29 as it seems to be tying her shoe.
Always good to see that moral support from the teammates, and hopefully we'll see it work some magic here.
Number 19 for the Monarchs going up against number 2 for the Eagles for the second time today. And bam, you hear that sound. Just couldn't go over.
A beautiful hit, unfortunate landing. Hopefully we'll see another beautiful hit, center field. We can get more points on the board, increase that gap from the Eagles.
Tell she's had a great season so far.
Yeah, I mean, she's not looking like she's slowing down.
And there we go. You hear the pop of the bat. And it goes over for a home run by Carly Bertolini.
Yep, team coming to meet her at home base.
Her senior night, and she throws up the crowd.
This is going to be a night to remember.
Senior night, she got the first run of the game, first home run of the game, and advances the score from 2-0 to 3-0.
Really advancing that lead. Eagles are going to have to play careful from here on out.
And Holiday Kirk, another senior, trying to carry on after that, trying to put her foot down and try and show that she is just as good as any other senior on this team. But what a great at bat for Bertolini. Here we go for the pitch, and it's low. It's a ball. Maybe she's scared of another home run. From her little warm-up swing, she has been swinging quick. She has been swinging hard too. She seems to me that she might be going for a home run for another pitch, and it's a pop straight up, and it's another home run.
You cannot make this up, folks. Looks like the seniors are really showing why tonight is senior night.
Back to back, another crown. Eagles have not been showing great today, but the Monarchs on senior night showing out for their friends, family, and anybody else who decided to show up.
They did not come here tonight to disappoint.
These Eagle fans here showing that they maybe shouldn't have drove out this far.
They're looking a little hurt, but we still got plenty of game. Maybe the Eagles can bring it back.
And here we go, number 7, Alexa Taylor, the sophomore.
Seems like she's trying to prove herself, and so that she's on par with the
Pitcher
seniors.
for the Eagles. It's another ball. 2 balls so far. Must have missed the first pitch. Excuse me.
Right.
Getting that stance, getting that zone, and another outside pitch. Seems to me that she's getting a little nervous. She doesn't want to pitch it right down the middle like she has been, because both times that she's done it, they've gone straight down center field.
And getting more ball calls from the dugout.
And a 3rd ball in a row.
It looks like the Monarch dugout really getting into the Eagles pitcher's head. Hopefully she can block that out. We can see some good pitches here.
That left batter's box. One of the few lefties on the Monarchs. Here we go, pitcher for the Central. And it's another ball, and it's a walk. You can tell there's fear after those 2 dominant home runs.
You can definitely tell Monarchs are winning that game of mentality.
Maisie Carpenter, the junior, had a class with her last year. So try and dominate. For the pitch, and it's a high, and they throw it to second, and they can't get her.
Seeing some cracks in the Eagles' defense, and it's looking like Monarchs are going to get to second base because of it.
Finally showing some errors, from the Central Eagles from the shortstop and the second baseman. They've both been doing great today, not been showing much weakness. Here we go for the pitch. It's high.
It's difficult to play at your best after such a moral defeat from those 2 home runs. Hopefully Eagles are able to bring it back here.
Carpenter, who has 4 home runs on the season. And you hear a pop from the bat, and it goes foul. That's something you've got to love about life, isn't it? This crack of the bat.
For sure, and Monarchs are giving us a ton of it tonight. And they're not lacking in noise, just as loud as their bats are, so is the dugout. Keeping that cheering going, keeping that mentality high, and it looks like that might push them forward in this game.
The Eagles trying to show out with another pretty good pitching performance. Pitches it low. With the first ball, 2 strikes, 0 outs this inning.
And it looks like the pitcher is planning ahead, seeing if she can get that ball a little bit higher.
Pitches down the middle, and you hear the pow off that one. And it goes foul again.
Yeah, we are seeing a duel between the batter and the pitcher right now. Each one trying to edge the other out.
We apologize for the wind, but the Omaha Central pitcher looks down at her wrist, gets ready for the pitch. As she steps into it, it's straight up. Nice little lofting pitch.
Yeah, it looks like she tried sneaking a slow ball there.
There you go. Maisie Carpenter going through her little motion, going through.
Yep. 2 balls.
Trying to break it all down.
Yep, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and she's looking unfazed.
Here we go. Pop straight over our head into the other field behind us.
And this looks like it's raining baseballs tonight.
If only she could have knocked it over the other fence. Yeah, add another 2 more runs to that Monarch lead.
Yeah, but based off of her runs this season, it looks like we may see another senior home run.
Junior.
Junior.
And here we go. We hear the pop. And it drops. She couldn't catch it. And it's a double from Maisie Carpenter.
Yeah, we load up second and third. Hopefully we're going to see some runs here soon. Eagles pitcher looking to pick it up.
Alexa Taylor on third. Maisie Carpenter on second. And number 20, Toria Rother, another non-senior, ready to put this game away with another home run. And it's low straight to the dirt, or the turf, I should say.
And Mark's being very good at not swinging at those balls. Looks like we're having timeout here. Eagles coach talking to the pitcher.
So how are you feeling about the game, Mr. Collins?
We got a very strong showing from Monarchs. This is a very good senior night for them. Hopefully we can see a little comeback from the Eagles, make this a good ball game. And I'd like to see a good rivalry between 2 teams.
What are some things that you think, that, as somebody who's been watching the game, what do you think the Eagles need to do to start turning this game around?
It really looks like they're losing that game of mentality after those 2 home runs. Seems like Monarchs has gotten to their heads a little bit. They got to learn how to, they got to get them out of their heads, focus on the game. And it seems that when they're focused, their defense is very good. So hopefully they're able to find the cracks and fill them in.
Everybody back in their spot, everybody back where they need to be. Rother ready for the pitch. Eagles pitcher just needs to mentally be prepared. Here she goes, steps into it, and it's high. Seems to me that she might not be necessarily aiming to shut down Toria Rother, but maybe just to shut down another run from the Monarchs.
And we're seeing some strong confidence from the baseman. Ready to sprint.
And it's popped up, and it seems to be dropping, and it drops perfectly, and it's a run for the Monarchs. It's safe at 2. Maisie Carpenter advances the lead to 6-0 for the Monarchs.
It looks, just like I said, it looks like there was that game mentality and slowly slipping through their fingers. Hopefully we'll be able to see them bring it back. Like I said, their feeling has been very good in the first 2 innings. It looks like it's slipping slowly as the game progresses.
Allison DeBelka, the freshman, trying to bring back in the Monarchs that are on base. Central lines it up for the pitch. Low. You can tell the freshman DeBelka wants to put another home run on the board. Wants to put one on her stat sheet that she'll remember forever. And it's high.
Got a lot of balls here, and you can definitely hear that from the right side dugout. Not letting the pitcher forget any little mistake. She got to learn. Eagles got to block that out and see if they can get a good strike here.
That throw being a little high. If it was a little bit further away, and it's straight to the pitcher's legs. And they stop her at first for the first out of the inning.
Okay, it looks like your defense on the Eagles is bringing it back.
But now they have a Monarch, who I believe to be Rother, on third base, ready to bring in another run, advances lead to 7.
Looks like the Eagles are looking to clamp down on the Monarchs' lead so far. Hopefully they're able to shut them down, bring this game a little closer. But it looks like the Monarchs may run away with it.
2 players still up to, who still haven't batted yet. And this Rother, coach, stay there, staying locked in, staying focused.
If she's ready for her she's ready to show something great. First time up to bat.
Central had their little huddle. Everyone's back in position. Everyone's getting ready.
And we're seeing smiles on the Eagles' faces. It looks like they may have figured it out.
Ellie Ridgely up to bat now. Shown no weakness yet. It's up to pitch. It's a little high. Monarchs have been trying to not give up many strikes. Have just been trying to score. Trying to advance that record and finally break into that 20-win category. And there we go. Caught in the outfield. And here we go. It's safe for the Monarchs with another run. Tacks the lead up to 7.
You have to really focus on bringing up that lead. Looks like they're not going to show any cracks this game. Eagles are going to have to pick it up if they want to get back into this.
Ridgely sacrificing herself for Rother to get the score for the team. That is what you call a team player mindset.
And it looks like they have a very strong team bond too, cheering each other on.
And there we go, you hear it, and it drops in the center field.
Another beautiful hit.
That was a beautiful hit by the Monarchs. Can't exactly see who it was.
And we're hearing the sound of the crack of the bat all night. Dugout celebrating like always. Keeping that team morale high. It looks like that team morale may carry them through this game. Like I said, it looks like the game is really about mentality. Monarchs believe they're better, and it looks like they're showing it.
Number 3, Avery Wolf up to bat. Having a dominant batting average this year with a .301. There we go, another ball from the Central Eagles. There we go, Central Eagles up to pitch. And it's low. And we got another stolen base by the Monarchs.
Monarchs are doing a very good job at taking those bases when they can. Really sneaking in there. They're not going to let a single opportunity be lost. Okay, and then we got Wolf out here.
Avery Wolf, the senior.
Looking like a strong hitter.
And she put some power behind it, trying to get it to go over. And it goes
Another home
for
run.
the third home run of this Monarch inning. Advancing the lead to 9 runs to 0. Only 1 out on the board. Seems like there might be a run rule today.
Mark's doing a really good showing. Maybe it's that home field advantage, but they're hitting home runs left and right. Are the Eagles going to be able to pick it back up here? Looks like they're having another huddle. Looks like they're having a little discussion, seeing some smiles. Maybe they figured something out. Right. And of course, we're seeing a ton of smiles in Mark's dugout.
Bertolini, the woman who started off this home run trend, is back at bat, and you can guarantee that that is getting to number 2. And there she goes with another low pitch to try and keep it out of her way.
It looks like she's very scared that Berlin's going to hit another home run. Looks like Burnley's really ready to hit one.
And there we go, it's popped up. And it's a foul ball.
Right over the Mars dugout. But you can still hear them cheering for their teammate. They're not going to let that get to her.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the first inning. Another low pitch straight to the catcher's knees.
It looks like the Eagles pitcher's trying to figure out what's going on. Definitely tell that she's in her head.
Another pitch, and it's a first strike of the game, first swinging strike. Pardon me.
This may be the first showing of the Eagles pitcher figuring it out. Hopefully she can keep this momentum up.
Another pitch, and there we go. Straight down the baseline to third base. And there she goes, going for a double.
You're never going to see a weak hit from Bertolini.
Bertolini absolutely showing that every single at-bat, you should be afraid of her.
Looks like they're having her walk back to first.
And they're going to be tagging
Oh,
in.
tagging in.
I believe to be Reese Fitzgerald, who I believe, never mind, they're taking her back out for the moment.
Looks like they're trying to figure out who they want out there.
Can't exactly see what's going on. Someone's running out.
Looks like number 16.
Aurelia Grams, the sophomore, pardon me. You could tell Reese Fitzgerald was so excited to get out there. Coach just decided that this wasn't her time.
And it looks like the Eagles are warming up another pitcher. Maybe number 2 just needs a little break for now. And we'll see how the second pitcher does.
The Eagles there on the mound, trying to maybe regroup, trying to maybe find something. Trying to find something to change here in the third. Trying to change here before the 4th inning, before they go up to bat.
Okay.
And they change the pitcher for the Eagles.
All right, let's see how this affects the game. Let's see if the Monarchs can adapt to this new pitcher.
Holiday Kirk. Another girl with a home run this bit. Actually, correction, they have number 16 in at pitcher. Bringing number 12 to play second base.
And then we'll see how this repositioning plays out for the Eagles.
As you can hear from our microphones, the wind is strong today. And that was a very fast pitch from number 16 from the Eagles. Not what I was necessarily expecting as her first pitch, but a fastball.
It's looking like she is small and mighty. Do not underestimate her for her frame.
There we go, another pitch. Another ball, though. Maybe she hasn't been warmed up much because she's been playing that second base spot. But, I mean, if she can play as well as she has at second base as a pitcher, we could maybe see a whole new shift in the game. Here we go. First, looks down at her wrist, looking for the pitch. Here we go, quick. A little high, though.
It looks like the Monarchs are unfazed by this new pitcher. Seems like they're going to keep their game plan going.
Little high, little low, as some people say. But I'll tell you this, that speed, it'll make sure to let you know what it went by you. And there we go, it's a tip. And they didn't get to see because blue was in the way.
It looks
And
like
they got
she
her
didn't
at
quite make
first for the second out.
It's going to switch back to the Monarchs defense. They're looking very strong tonight. Hopefully the Eagles are able to score some runs.
Switching back to the Monarchs, must have been a miscount on the board by the people up in the booth. But that's all right, that happens. Technical difficulties, that's part of life. Another thing that's part of life, amazing days for softball.
Yep, and it looks like the Monarchs are feeling how amazing this day is, staying very warm. See them still going hard in their warm-ups. They're not looking to show any slippage this game. And it looks like they really want to run away with it.
Excuse me, Isaiah, did not mean to
Sorry.
interrupt you like that. But something I've started to notice, nobody's leaving. People do not want to leave this game. Central fans, Monarch fans.
I mean, good softball will hold a crowd all night.
People don't want to leave. People want to see what's going to happen out of the Monarchs. People want to see what's going to, if the Eagles can maybe even make a turnaround, make a quick comeback.
Yeah, we've been seeing beautiful play from both sides on defense and some beautiful offense from the Monarchs. I highly doubt anyone in the crowd wants to miss a thing.
Number 7 for the Eagles. Huffman still at the pitch. Hasn't shown many signs of weakness. Hasn't shown many signs of struggle even.
She is running away with the game, and it looks like she knows it. She has the confidence, and she's going to show it.
According to our board that we have, the Eagles have 2 hits this game, and the Monarchs have 10. Only one time they have gotten a hit that hasn't turned into a run.
They've been showing really good fundamentals, and they're not going to waste any runs on not getting points.
Here we go. And it's a high pitch by Huffman.
And we got 1 strike, 1 ball. Looks like that wind is really affecting the pitchers this game.
One of her first errors of the game by the looks of it. It's not really shown much weakness, much even issues.
Yep, hopefully she can fix that, and her arm's still feeling good.
And there we go. Seems to be another strike by Huffman.
It looks like that might have just been a fluke. Huffman's still going on very strong. Right, looks like that's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Will Huffman be able to strike her out before we get to that 3rd ball?
Huffman trying to have a great game.
We're not trying to, looks like she's very focused on trying to give her a free run.
There we go. It's a
Beautiful strike.
beautiful ball.
We've been seeing some mistakes from Hoffman, but every time she's fixing it right away, making sure that she's going back to those basics and that she's having beautiful execution.
Here she goes. She looks down at her wrist, ready for the pitch. And there it goes, straight to the foul ball.
It looks like Hoffman's going to keep going on strong. Dugout's still cheering her on. They have not been quiet the whole game. Definitely going to hear some cheering from them.
Here we go, the Monarchs with a low ball, and it's a walk. One of her few walks of the game, trying to keep that number limited, Trying not to give the Eagles much, if anything, to work off of.
And it looks like the Eagles are very happy about this. Hopefully they'll be able to make the most out of it.
Another little thing about great softball, makes fans hungry. I see people eating pretzels and drinking water everywhere. And that's a great transition to do a shout out for our PLV media parents for bringing us food tonight. Raisin Cane's was our meal.
It looks like they got some delicious concessions here. As you say, we got pretzels, Gatorades. So anytime you come to see a game, feel free to stop by concessions, see if there's
And
anything you like.
Huffman with a beautiful strike. Sorry for the interruption, Isaiah's.
Okay, it looks like Eagles 29 is getting warmed up. Looking like she really wants to get a run here.
Huffman with a pitch, and it's a foul tip.
29 is not looking happy about that at all. Hopefully she'll be able to transfer that anger right into the ball. Been hearing beautiful sounds from Monarchs all night, and let's see if 29 can do that for the Eagles.
And here we go. Huffman with the pitch. And it's another foul tip.
Definitely hearing that bat hit the ball, but not quite that sound that you're looking for. 29 still very warm. And she's looking ready to take on Hoffman.
Here we go. Huffman with a strikeout.
And Hoffman's not going to let her. Hoffman showing her dominance over this game. Like I said, she has that strong mentality. She has that confidence, and she is not going to let little mistakes get to her. She may have had to walk this inning, but she is not going to let that happen again.
And here we go. Looking down at her wrist, trying to find another great pitch. Another strikeout, maybe. And it's low. Trying to shut down, trying to stop a steal from first.
Mark showing off that really great defense. You can tell that they've been putting in the work, not letting the Eagles get a single advantage.
Catcher Reese Fitzgerald with great reaction time, great pop-up, ready to dish it out. Huffman with a pitch. Huff straight into a foul ball, or into a bounce-up tip, sorry.
Okay, it looks like Eagles got one on second, but
It's a beautiful out by the Monarchs.
yeah, Monarchs are not going to let them get both players on base.
Number 9, their left fielder, as stated by our stadium announcer.
It looks like the Eagles are looking very happy about their situation. Hopefully they're able to make the most out of it.
And here we go, the strike by Huffman with a beautiful pitch. Something I've noticed about the Eagles, they have not been wearing cleats. There's been quite a few Monarchs wearing cleats, but none of the Eagles have worn cleats. Maybe that's something that's messing with their batting. Maybe it's just an oversight. Maybe it's just too deep of analyzing. It's a pitch by Huffman. It's a foul tip.
Yeah, hopefully we can see a hit here from 9, number 7, really looking to steal a base. You can tell that the Eagles really want a run on the board, and hopefully they're able to get this inning.
Huffman showing signs of looking over at coach, waiting for something to happen. And it's another foul tip.
And you see the Eagles really just want it, but Hoffman's not going to let them have it.
You can see Huffman really wants that strikeout, really wants to get this, really wants to get back out on the field, really wants to get her batters back out there, getting more home runs, running up that score even more. And it's a ball.
So we're at 1 ball, 2 strikes, but we've seen Hoffman in this position, and she has not failed us yet.
Eagles with a runner on second. Woman up to bat, and Huffman with another beautiful pitch incoming. Sure enough, you hear the crack of the bat, and it's caught in the outfield by the Monarchs to shut down this great inning by the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles working their hardest to get any advantage, and Monarchs are just not going to let them make the most out of that. Monarchs really focused on shutting down the Eagles' game plan, not going to let them get any runs so far.
Has not activated the run rule yet. I think that's something the Monarchs are wanting to do, but the Eagles are basically refusing to let that happen.
And then we can see the Monarchs doing another run.
Seems like these Monarchs are trying to shuffle out players now, trying to change that lineup, trying to let their ultimate starters rest and let those young underclassmen get in, trying to get some reps, trying to build for the future.
Yeah, hopefully this gets their blood pumping because it is getting a little chilly out here with the sun going down.
Getting a little bit chilly. Went from 86 at the start of game time down to 77. Now down to 77, excuse me. 16 still at pitch.
And as you can hear, we still have that breeze. Let's see if that's going to affect the Eagles' 16 pitcher. Eagles also doing a very good job at staying warm. Not going to let the weather take control of them tonight. Practicing catching those balls. Don't want to see any more mistakes in the outfield.
See the Blues walking around, trying to talk to Book, trying to talk to the man, keeping the book, trying to maybe just figure some things out, maybe just iron out some kinks.
Yep, definitely a good game to have some conversation tonight.
Blues coming back. We got number 11, Corin Estelle. First baseman, third baseman, and a sophomore. First at bat of the game, trying to make a name for herself.
It looks like 16 got something from her coach. Let's see if it works.
It's a high ball. It's a high and outside. There we go, straight to 16.
16 looking back at her coach. Looks like Eagles have something planned.
Here we go, number 16 with a quick pitch. And it's in between shortstop and third. And Corin Estelle with a single to open up this game, trying to prove to her coach, maybe you should have started me. You're starting all these other sophomores. I want to get some of the love too.
Yep, and you're seeing that the Eagles, it looks like they're struggling the further this game goes on. It is not looking good for them. Hopefully they're able to bring this back, get a little blood pumping.
Number 17, Drew Truffles, the freshman. Number 16 looking down at her wrist, looking at the pitch, and there she goes with another quick pitch. And it's right in between with another single.
And from the Monarchs, you're seeing those balls go to the outfield every single time.
Drew Hoffels with since the Monarchs have made that switch to that batting lineup, 2 back-to-back hits, 2 players on base.
Yeah, you could definitely tell they've been hitting the cages recently.
And number eight, Alexa Harms, the freshman, up to bat. And here you go. This is where you start seeing that future, them building towards the future. This is where they start getting ready. 16 with a pitch, and it's outside.
If just like last year, they got state championships. They got state champions, and it looks like they're doing that for this year, and it looks like they're building towards next year also. They're trying to keep that streak hot.
And Harms. There we go. You hear the sound of the bat, and it goes right down past second again. Bases are loaded, baby.
Eagles really struggling with the Monarchs' oppressive offense.
Number 16 seems to maybe pardon my stutter. Number 16 has a very quick wind-up motion. She doesn't really give herself much time to step into the throw. She just kind of throws it out there.
Yeah, but she did just apply some chucks, so hopefully that extra grip will give her what she needs.
Here we go, 16 with the pitch again, and there we go, it drops in the outfield. 1 run. And then number 17, Drew Truffles, runs back to third.
Bases are loaded, and the Monarchs look like they're ready to
But
take
a
full
great
advantage of that.
play out of Bella Meyer-Koenig. And there we go, they're calling the game here, folks. 10-0.
And we saw some beautiful plays from amazing players, and hopefully we're going to see more this season.
With a great game, great senior night, absolutely outstanding weather.
And we're seeing good sportsmanship from both teams as they give each other high fives in line.
And as the game starts to wind down, we want to thank our amazing teacher, Miss Becky Hoke, our PLV media crew for an outstanding stream and all of their help. And thank you to the PLV Media parents again for providing food for our crew.
Yep, and for those of you watching us, tomorrow the Monarchs will be facing the Lincoln North Star Navigators in Lincoln, while the Eagles will be at home to compete against the Millard West Wildcats.
Our next PLV Media stream will feature the the Papillion La Vista South Titans in a football game as they go up against the Kearney Bearcats on October 4th, at 7 p.m. And for me, Caleb Tuberville, and my colleague,
Isaiah Collins.
thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye!